Hi, so fam, welcome to So Kiddies with Chomzy J. I'm happy to have you here. So, we'll be making this beautiful two-step dress for a baby of 5 years old. And these are the materials I'll be using for this tutorial. I have 2.5 yards of scuba fabric here, my scissors, tape, chalk, and the thread. So, I went ahead to fold my fabric into two. And I'll also fold it over again, that's into 4. So I'll be cutting both front and back together. These are the measurement I'll be using. Our full measurement is 33, so I minus a half length from the full measurement to get the down part of this skirt. So after this, I'll mark out a starting line. I'll be trimming out the rough edges. So from this point, I'll go down with ½ inch. This just to give some allowance for the upper part. So after that, I went ahead to trim out the rough edges. Please, if this is your first time here, please encourage me by subscribing, turn on your post notifications so that you'll be notified whenever I upload new content. Please don't forget to subscribe. This is just a new channel. So from this ½ inch, I'll take a half length, which is 10, and from that point I will also add ½ inch to join the lower part to this upper part. So here we have our upper bodies. Our shoulder is 10.5 plus ½ inch plus ½ inch sewing allowance, which is 11. So 11 divided by 2 is 5.5. So I'll take that down, and from that point I'll go down with ½ inch. This for the shoulder slope, and from that ½ inch I'll take the armhole depth, which is 5 inches. This is just a basic bodice for a child of 5 years old. So this is our armhole depth. So next thing I'll be doing, I'll divide this armhole depth into 2. So 5 divided by 2 is 2.5 to get the midpoint, and from that point I will go in with ½ inch. So after this, I will measure out the chest measurement, divide by 4. So the chest divided by 4 is 6 plus 1.5 inch sewing allowance. I will take that down. Then 1.5 inch sewing allowance. So whatever I have at the chest line, I'll minus 1 inch to get my waistline, and I will connect it like so. So I'll be connecting these 3 lines to these 3 points. I'll be connecting them together to have my armhole curve. So from the chest line, I connected to the ½ inch and down to the shoulder slope. I'll be using 2.5 inch for the neck width, and also 2.5 inch for the neck depth. Note this for the front neckline. So the front neckline is 2.5 by 2.5, while for the back neckline is 2.5 by 1. So I went in by 1 inch to curve it out to give it a smooth curve. Then the back neck depth, I'll be using 1 inch for it. So I chalk that 1 inch and also curve it out. So after this, I'll go ahead to cut out. But before I cut out, I'll be adding ½ inch to the shoulder slope. This will be serving as allowance for joining both front and back together. So from that shoulder slope, I will add ½ inch down to the neck width. So this is what we'll be using to join both front and back shoulders together. After this, I'll go ahead and cut it out. Please, I'm begging, please, if you are interested in content like this, don't forget to subscribe. It's totally free, but it will go a long way to help me. Please, I'm just starting out all over again. Please make sure to subscribe. Please, it's cost free, and turn on your post notification too, so that you'll be notified whenever I upload new content. I'll be uploading content every week, so please endeavor to subscribe. So after that, I went ahead to trim out the front neckline. So this is what we'll be having. For the back neckline, I'll be giving it a slit of 2.5 inches for the back. Although from our inspiration, this slit supposed to be at the front, but I don't want it that way, so I put the slit at the back, and this is what it look like. This is the front part and this is the back part. So after that, I will go ahead to trim out facing that I'll be using to turn the neckline and the armhole. Fold the fabric into two, then trace it out and trim out. I'll repeat same thing for both front and back piece. Please make sure to subscribe. Please help me by encourage me by subscribing. Subscribe to this channel. It's totally free. It won't cost you anything. And also like this video. It will help the algorithm to recommend this video to other people too. Please encourage me by liking this video and subscribing. It's totally free. And I'll trim out facing for the back part too. So this is the back and this is the facing. So I'll place it right side facing each other, and I'll sew the armhole and the neckline. So I'll be sewing it like so, then stop the neckline, then the slit, continue again, then the armhole. After sewing, I will notch it and iron it out. So I will repeat same thing also for the front, but for the front part, I'll turn it right side facing each other and sew the armhole, the neckline, notch and iron it out. Make sure to notch. This is a thick fabric, so you're supposed to notch for it to relax very well. So this is what it looks like after sewing and ironing. The next thing I'll be doing is to join both shoulders together, and this is how I'll be doing that. This is front side. The front side is the one facing up, so I'll put my hand in between, take the front side and push it inward like so. I'll repeat same thing for the other shoulder as well. So I'll turn it inside like so. This is just a way of putting both seams in between, so you won't have any rough edges after sewing. You know it's for a little child, and it won't be nice if after sewing the child will be complaining of itching. That's why you have to do it this way. Make sure everything is laying flat before you sew. So you make sure everything is relaxed. Don't stretch it while sewing, because if you do that, you have pleats at this part. So you just make sure everything is relaxed, laying nicely. Then you sew with 1/2 inch. Remember, we gave 1/2 inch for the shoulder joining, so you sew with that 1/2 inch. Make sure both edges are aligned with each other so that you won't have twist after. The next thing I did was to stitch the side with 1.5 inches. And after this, we'll be working at the down part. The length of the down part is 23. So this 23, I will go ahead and divide it into 2 because this dress is 2-step dress. So 23 divided by 2, we'll have 11.5. So the length of each layer is 11.5. The length of each step is 11.5. I'll add 1.5 inches allowance to it, which is 13. So the length of each step now is 13. So the next thing I'll be doing is to get the width of each step. So to get the width of each step, our waist is 23. So this 23, I'll be multiplying it by 2. You know it's gathered gown, so multiply by 2 or 2.5 depending on the quantity of fabric you have. So 23 multiplied by 2 is 46. So the width of the first layer is 46. This is just a little illustration. So this the first layer. The width of the first layer is 46, which I got by multiplying our waist circumference by 2. And to get the width of the second step, I'll multiply that. I will add the 46, which is the width of the first layer, plus 23, which is our waist circumference, and I will have 69. the down part, to gather it on top of the first gathers. So this way the down should be longer than the first one, so that I'll be able to gather it and have a nice effect. So this is what I got after doing all that. This is my scissors I'll be using to trim out the upper edges. I just want it to have this zigzag effect. After trimming it out, I'll go ahead and gather this one on top of the upper bodice. I'll gather it on top because I want the edges to be on top. I want the edges to show on top. So if you don't have this zigzag scissors, you can as well use your straight scissors. Note, I added 1.5 inch extra allowance, so this trimming that I'm doing now, it won't be affected. And I'll also use, I will be adding the last step to this part too, so that 1.5 inch will cover for all this. So this is what I'll be doing. I will gather it on top of this first, on top of the upper bodice. I will gather it like so. This is what I'll be doing round, and that's what I'll also be doing to the down part of it. So this is the outcome of the dress. Let my baby just give you a little dance step, though she's not so good at dancing, but I made sure she danced and she loved that dress. The bow on this dress, I have the tutorial in my previous video how to make this bow, so I'll be linking it up in this video. If you want to see how I made this bow, I have a tutorial on it already, so I'll be linking it up in this video. Bye. If you have any question, please make sure to leave a comment for me. I'll reply your questions. Don't forget to please like this video if you've watched up to this point, and make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much. See you in my next video. Have a lovely day. Bye.